October 30th, Anno Domini, 1588. Father, oh Father, if you ever find this, if you ever read these words stained with my tears and fear, please, I beg you, turn back. Do not come to what remains of this cursed place. They are upon us, Father, an army of nightmares made real. The hag I saw, and worse. Twisted shapes with gnashing teeth and eyes that burn with an unholy light. They descend upon us from the woods, from the very shadows themselves. Our palisades, once a comfort, now offer little more than a brief delay. Tonight, we flee. Those of us who are left, we are making for Sanctuary Rock. The elders believe the runes offer some protection. A sliver of hope in this overwhelming darkness. We have moved the boats to the shore nearest the rock. Our plan is to load what little we can carry and pray that the stone will shield us until we can take to the water. The natives, the Croatoan people, they have shown us kindness. They have offered what little aid they can. We hope, Father, we desperately hope that they will grant us refuge on their island. It is our only chance now. If you find this, Father, or any of the other messages we have left, please do not seek us here. Go to Croatoan. Find us there. Perhaps, by some miracle, we can still find safety together. But this place, Roanoke, it is lost. It is consumed by darkness. Please, Father, heed my warning. Your loving and terrified Eleanor.
All right, where we last left off, you guys, rather Grieve specifically, had just successfully tied up the Gatorsaurus to the side of the lighthouse. And you guys, technically not all of you, Martin Fresh, you're still inside the chapel looking through the back rooms, finding nothing in your search for this map that has been torn out of the journal. Soapy Joe, you stand outside the lighthouse filming the epic situation that was Grieve's tying it up to the side of the lighthouse. This giant, massive, alligator-like creature just flailing awkwardly to the best of its ability, trying to free itself, but not having a whole lot of success as it does. What are you guys doing?
Well, Soapy Joe's got the camera turned around on himself. It's like, did you see what Shorts just did? And you know how he did it? Because he had some Quantum Beans coffee this morning.
He just starts going into an ad read.
Like, he really needs the money.
Oh, yeah.
So he's just doing an ad.
Well, I'm sure you're on a contract. And then there's the fact that, like, it's going to kind of help you decide, like, how much of a chunk of a video to release at a time.
You got to release just 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's like,
we just captured this giant 38-foot Crocosaurus, and we still got a Sasquatch.
What do you mean we?
I was here. I tried helping with the rope, but I got the camera.
You guys hear Braden from up top of the lighthouse. He goes, hey, you guys should totally come up here. Willie's office is up here. I think we might have found some cool stuff.
Okay. Looking over at the Gatorsaurus, can I, like, walk away in good faith? No.
Oh, yeah.
Will not, like...
I mean, with your rolls, yes, absolutely. This thing is tied up tight.
Don't you worry, Sheila. I'll be back, and somehow we'll get you into the Amazon. We'll get you somewhere. Enjoy yourself and Stay away from the dangers of humanity.
That's fair. We are dangerous. You guys rush up the spiraling staircase that leads to the top of the lighthouse. And finally reaching the top, you find amidst this giant light that shines out, spinning around onto the ocean and so on and so forth, there's a little section of it with a little desk. There's an old computer, like we're talking Windows 98, and still installed on it. A couple of shelves and a variety of things on the desk. The key thing that you notice is that scattered through the desk are a variety of photocopies of the letters that you guys were reading in the mess hall. And you guys speculate that maybe Willie knew a little bit more than he was letting on. But the key thing that you guys find there is what looks like a torn paper. It's upside down. You flip it over to find a map.
This is like what was in Hancock's journal. We found a map leading from Hancock's journal in this guy's desk.
Where is it pointing?
Let's take a closer look at this map.
All right, do you want to...
And a haunted map in a abandoned lighthouse on this island.
Do either of you want to do an investigate a mystery? The reason I ask this is because the 12, holy cow.
13, sorry.
Wow. Okay, so the reason why I ask this is because you look at this map and it looks like it's an old drawing of what this island used to look like. One of the key features of this is the fact that where you guys see Sanctuary Rock on the map that I have in front of you guys, so that used to not be a separate sort of smaller island off to the side. That used to be all part of all of this Roanoke Island. Whether the landmass drifted off or the water just rose up and covered portions of it, it's hard to say, but it used to be part of the same landmass. With that being said, you're able to follow the line and the little red X that leads out to where you know the ultimate ninja course here at the summer camp is located at. Right on the edge of the forest, not too far away from where you guys would have passed by to get to the generator shed. And there's, like I said, there's an X on the map.
I mean, I rolled a 13 on investigate, so where's that from, the investigate?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you found, I was going to go with, where did it go? If that's okay. Oh, you actually get 2, so you do get a second question if you'd like to.
I guess I can't exactly find out what is in there. Like, what is the X?
I tell you what, you can hold that if you want to. Because there might be an opportunity where there might be, yeah. Okay, so yeah, you guys know the map was put in the journal originally to show Richard Hancock, the settler from way back in the day, to show his wife, should she ever come to this island, whether or not she did, you're not sure, but to show her where the silver cup was hidden, the thing that he stole, and let the blame fall on the native tribe that was located there, something that he felt incredibly guilty about, something that he referred to as the quote-unquote original sin, and something that he claimed was a piece of what you will need in order to stop the monsters that are created with the totem. So, with that knowledge, what would you guys like to do next?
Let's follow the map.
All right. Very Dora the Explorer of you. You guys head down the stairs of this lighthouse. You peek out once more to see the giant crocodile creature still tied up to the side of the lighthouse. Whether you need it to be for any long period of time is really, I don't know, not all that necessary since you guys are headed out. But whatever the case, it still looks fairly secure. You guys start to move back down the east side of the island, headed towards the Ultimate Ninja course. As you do, you pass by the chapel and you see Martin Fresh and Hazel, who seems to have returned to that area, and they peek out from the chapel.
Hey, we're heading on this map quest. Do you want to come?
Map quest? How did you get sponsored by MapQuest? That thing out of business. Wait, I haven't heard of that website in like 10 years. These influencers will do anything for stimulus. I'm still on my MapQuest, as Martin is talking to them, still on his hands and knees looking under a pew. I just can't seem to find it.
Justin's also with you, trying to help you find the map. That's right.
You're looking for a map too? Yeah, The map from the back of the journal.
We found that map.
You did? We weren't even looking in here.
Yeah, come take a look.
Okay.
And sure enough, you come out and you see this map, and when you compare it to the journal, which I think Hazel probably would have been holding on to, sure enough, the tears, just like in one of my favorite movies of all time, The Parent Trap, you put the two pieces of paper together and they fit perfectly.
We compare the torn page, and it's the same one. Well, looky there. Where'd you find this? It was up atop the lighthouse in some dude's office.
Oh, it's Willie's office? It's the guy that owns the park.
You didn't know that? I'm bad with names. I'll tell you all about...
He's good with animal names.
See you.
Yep.
Oh, it's all that guy. Martin says as he points at the lighthouse.
Yeah, seeing the Gatorsaurus for the first time.
And short stick, well, good job, you two lads. Some mighty fine roping.
Thank you. We've been working on it.
Oh, you guys should go into the cattle business after a job like that.
Grieve is a kind-hearted individual, much like his idol Steve Irwin, so he will take this in stride and just shake his head.
Oh, why are you shaking your head? Oh, you didn't help. Soapy Joe. Oh,
You feel a little guilty for taking credit.
oh yes. The great Soaps Joseph tied up the big gator.
Yes, sir.
You hopefully recorded that.
I did. I think I accidentally deleted that foot. Oh, man.
Oh, that's a shame. You managed to record everything here today, but you've only lost the recording of you catching the great gator.
Yes, God, it's really shaky, so I don't know if it's going to be
I
good.
feel like most of your footage is shaky considering you're running a lot.
Steady hand, Soap Joseph, they call me.
I don't think anyone calls you that.
That's what they call me. Steady hand, Soap Joseph.
I'm dope. Soaps Joseph.
Yep.
Just as you're finishing this little dialogue between the two of you, you guys arrive at the Ultimate Ninja course, which you guys recognize. It's an interesting feature of the summer camp. It's a sort of massive little obstacle course that's been set up amidst the trees in this area by the edge of the forest. There's all sorts of climbing ropes and swinging logs and other things for you to, again, either climb on or get through in some way, shape, or form in order to get through the course, to test your dexterity, to test your strength, to test your endurance. Whatever the case, you guys look at the map, and sure enough, this is roughly the area where the X has led you. But you look around, and you're not really 100% sure where the silver cup is.
I use my investigate a mystery second thing to find the X.
Yeah, absolutely. You could do, I mean, I guess where did it go again? So you did where did it go to like tell you where the X kind of was leading you in the modern day, and then where did it go to find this secret? Or actually, sorry, let's go with what is being concealed here.
What is being concealed here?
So you, with your camera, you turn on the...
He has the infrared camera.
Yeah, you have the infrared camera. You turn it on. You're getting that sort of like night vision style, sort of that green.
No, he also has a metal detector.
Oh.
The metal detector and and the infrared video camera.
Okay, I will say that the infrared is going to be a little bit more helpful here. So you're just doing like a pan B-roll shot of the ninja course, right? So you pan across it with this infrared camera. It's picking up all these... it's pulling in as much light as it possibly can. You're getting this sort of like green image. But as you're passing by sort of the tippity top of this ninja course, or one section of it rather, there is a sparkle of light sort of that reflects off of your camera. And obviously with the infrared, it's just a beam of white, right? That's just hitting, that your camera is like picking up. So you move your camera out of the way, maybe switch to just a regular setting. You zoom in, and sure enough, you can see what looks like the slightly rusted, or oxidized rather, handle of a silver cup up inside of sort of like an owl's nest looking hole in this tree, and it is at the top of one section of this ninja course. So theoretically, if you could climb the ninja course, you might just be able to reach it from the top. As you notice this, you pause as you sniff the air and you smell something burnt that seems to be emanating from this area. And a moment passes and suddenly some of the brush starts to shake. And out steps the charred but certainly not dead Bigfoot. What do you guys do?
You put your right foot in, you put your right foot out, you put your right foot in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself about. That's what it's all about now. Go everybody, put your left foot in.
Do you want to manipulate?
You gotta dance off the Bigfoot.
I rolled a 5.
Nobody else goes for it. Bigfoot looks increasingly upset at the fact that he thinks that you're mocking him.
I'll take my gun and shoot the Bigfoot.
Okay, so you pull out your gun. Roll me and kick some ass, as per the usual. 2?
Well, I guess the acid kind of burnt the...
I guess it must have, because as you fire the gun, it just shoots off. The gun basically just explodes and fragments. I'm going to have to give you 1 harm on that one.
Ouchie. Ouchie.
Anybody else?
A successful shot with that gun.
Yes, I...
Today?
Not today.
Previous sessions. Yeah, previous sessions he did.
I had like 3. And so I have no more gunless. I still have 2 growing axes and 4 tent spikes and a hammer. He's gonna throw it.
Well, hold on. Somebody else has to do something. You guys watch as Soapy Joe whips out his gun and it just explodes in his hand. The end of his revolver that he brought to this island with him.
Here, let me see if I can slow that creature down for you, Soap. Maybe you'll have a better chance against a stationary target. So he's gonna take a bolo and see if he can slow it down.
Okay. As it starts to move towards you guys, yep.
7.
It says you inflict harm on
Does that
each.
protect someone or help out? What? Actually, I guess either way.
It'd
Plus-
probably be.
either way.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that it's kick some ass in this situation since it's sort of separated from any other action. I would say if you get it, it could theoretically be used to help somebody out. But at the moment, you do successfully throw this bola and it gets wrapped around its legs. It trips a little bit, but it hobbles towards you and takes a punch. You take 2 harm.
Oh no.
Yes, the Bigfoot is very strong. Martin, you doing anything?
Yeah. You put your left arm.
Okay, you're still sitting in.
You put your left arm in and you shake it all about.
Braden picks up his bat and he just lunges forward and starts beating the crap out of Bigfoot. I think he too is tired of it, and he says, "Could somebody please go get that cup?"
Oh yeah, that's our goal.
Everybody thought, "Oh man, let's just absolutely decimate."
But it's all about.
Yeah, that's right.
Martin turns and runs to go get the cup.
Okay, all right. Soapy Joe has pointed out where he's seen it at in this like tree, halfway up this massive tree in a sort of like owl hole at the top of this ninja thing. I think it's probably, I don't know, what portion of the ninja climbing course is this on, would you imagine? Or maybe it has to, maybe you have to go up multiple. Maybe it's like a little platform that's in the tree. And so you have to go through a bunch of the ninja course in order to do it.
In my day, they used to call me Martin the Ninja.
All right, do an act under pressure as you're climbing through this. 8. Okay, you climb up this like netting section of rope that gets you onto the first platform section. Next up is the monkey bars. As you're going across the monkey bars, you start to feel muscles in your arm pulling a little bit. You can let go and fall down and you'd have to start over, or you can push through the pain, but I'm going to make you take 1 harm to get to the other side.
Oh, I can handle it.
All right.
They called me Marty the push through the pain
guy. You make it to the other side. Your arms are so sore and you feel like you may have pulled something in your right arm. But you're on the second platform. There's one more that you have to climb, do kind of like a one of those ropes that are just like a straight vertical climb, and it's got like knots in it, and that would get you right up to where the owl is. Before you roll that, Bigfoot is pulling the bolas off of his feet and turning around to the rest of you guys. Is anybody doing anything to keep him distracted, or he might attack?
I mean, I threw an axe at him.
You did throw an axe at him, so yeah, do that now. You rolled an 8. Okay, so you throw this axe at him. It hits him, and he turns towards you and lets out a huff, and he grabs the bolas that he just pulled off of his feet, and he hurls them back at you, wrapping around your arms. Your camera is facing right, like upwards up your face, basically. So that's the shot. It's like up your nose. You can see, yeah, there's a gigantic booger. You can see all your nose hairs. Yeah.
I have to cut that out.
Well, I don't know. It's a good thing he's not live streaming.
Joe was canceled.
At least captured. What are you doing, Greaves?
So the Bigfoot is now like running away from me.
Oh no, he's ready to attack.
Who?
Let's say that he looks over and he sees Hazel.
Okay. Who is
Just
relative to me?
to your left and like a 10 feet away.
Okay. Well, we're going to just switch things up a little because the bolas apparently have not been working. So we're going to pull out our fishing rod.
Okay.
Gators usually don't go for, they're not dumb enough to go for silly fishing bait, but maybe I can snag this guy on the reel. So
Okay.
we're just going to kind of cast at the thing.
Okay. I'm going to call this an act under pressure because you're not trying to harm it per se.
Just to kind of snag it and yank back from whatever it intends to do.
Okay. Sounds good.
Direction.
Okay. I'm super intrigued. This is going to be one of the most interesting attacks I think I've ever seen.
Because this, he is going to wind up and do the cast from Goofy, the Goofy movie.
I love it.
Oh dear. Well, it's an 8.
An 8. Okay. Here's the hard choice that I'm going to give you. If you cast, you can hook it onto Bigfoot. And you can kind of redirect him away from... He's like in a full charge right now towards Hazel. You're able to get him, and you can direct him away, but what direction are you going to direct him to? You can have him move towards Ophelia, a.k.a. Onyx, or you can have him go towards Braden.
Braden's been more useful.
I was going to say, I felt like subconsciously, Grieve was kind of annoyed or perturbed by all the snide comments that he got in the stairwell of the lighthouse from Ophelia. So
This is a revenge moment.
without even consciously doing it, he's going to set the line in her direction.
Okay, sounds good. You give it a tug, pulling...
This is the aim for two human beings.
I wasn't going to give him Soapy Joe for the sole reason that would have been an instant decision. That would have been just like, oh yeah, have him hit, beat the crap out of Soapy Joe.
Soapy Joe definitely wasn't bragging about catching the alligator. Give me no credit.
Instead, you pull on your fishing rod and throw off Bigfoot's trajectory, causing him to spin and slam instead, and like backhand Ophelia. And she spirals over and hits a tree, and she is out. She's unconscious, maybe dead, you're not really sure. Braden goes, oh my gosh, what was her name again? Oh, right, Onyx. Oh my gosh. And he kind of rushes over, and he starts kind of like using the baseball bat to just kind of try to keep Bigfoot at bay. You're kind of just tugging on the line, trying to reel it in a little bit. Whatever the case, we'll jump back over to Martin Fresh, who is nearing the top of this ninja course, reaching for the silver cup, climbing that vertical rope. Roll me another act under pressure.
Why they called me Marty, Top Rope King Fresh.
It's a lot of titles. You pull up and you try to pull your way up to the top of this vertical rope, and your damp hands slip and cause you to fall backwards. You don't fall to the ground, you just fall back onto the platform that you were stuck at, but you are still unable to reach the cup at the moment.
All
right, time for round 10.
All right, sounds good. I'm going to put you on hold, and it goes back to everybody else. There's potential of everybody else who's in danger. Soapy Joe.
I mean, I got one more axe.
Yeah.
10 spikes.
All right, so you cut your way out of this bola, and you've got your...
Got the axe.
Yes, you got your axe, you've got your tent spikes. What are you going to do?
But what's the state of the camera?
It's still functional.
He leaves the camera behind.
What? Character growth?
Still, like, places it up, like, watch this.
I just need both hands for that.
Yeah, I need both hands. What I'm about to do to this Bigfoot.
He goes up with a tent spike and a hammer in the other hand, feeling like he's John Henry.
I was gonna say like Guts and Borglum.
Oh yeah. John Henry. I love that. I guess John Henry had 2 sledgehammers, so he's gonna. Actually, no, that was kind of stupid. He's gonna chuck the axe at Bigfoot and just keep the hammer in his other hand.
No tent spikes involved at the moment. Okay, sounds good. So you're just focused on the hammer. 4. You hurl this axe, and it goes flying and embeds itself into the rear left thigh of Braden.
He just quietly and silently goes back to the...
Man, the stuff that this camera has caught in the last 30 seconds. Grieve, what are you doing?
Oh, I suppose I still have the fishing hole in it. I'm going to see if I can find like an anchor point.
Okay.
To basically wedge the rod between a rock or a tree or something so that I no longer have to hold on to this.
I would say
Rather foreign object. Too.
There's actually, you just grab a section of the ninja course and like a hanging section of rope, and you just kind of twist it around the... Oh, well, not on your section. Yeah, no, you're fine. No, this is like a way lower section, and you wrap it around this fishing rod and manage to kind of jam it into place so that it's holding Bigfoot almost like a leash. Yes. But of course it wises up, especially because Braden just went down, and it kind of turns towards the rest of you guys, and it kind of just like gives like a little smirk.
So it is now causing a bunch of slack in the fishery
Yes.
by running back to the point of... Okay.
I bet he wants some dogs. Some hot dogs, some chips, a couple brewskis. I bet after that he'd be our buddy.
Mayhaps.
So yeah, having
Around this
wedged the fishing pole somewhere, he is then going to just kind of back up to a reasonable, safe distance and kind of reassess the situation.
Okay. You can literally read a bad situation. So roll with sharp.
Oh, can I also do how many? Can I use my killer's wisdom thing again?
Yeah. So that's also with sharp, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, roll that, and then potentially get yourself a +1 ongoing.
Yeah. Oh. No. Did not do that.
Okay. So your killer's instinct just, although it absolutely works with alligators, crocodiles, and other such animals, it certainly doesn't work for very humanoid animals or humanoids? ?
Yeah, I was never good with that.
Unexplored creatures of cryptid origin, such as Bigfoot. Bigfoot starts to walk towards you guys. Oh, I think it's just gonna rush you. It's gonna rush you and slam into you with its shoulders as you're kind of observing it, dealing 2 harm to you, Grieves.
Grieve is... Oh dear.
You're bridging that area?
He is at the line.
He's at the line before...
He begins to die.
Yes, that's right, before you start to get those really nasty injuries. Okay, we'll jump back over to Martin Fresh. Can he climb this rope?
4.
Are you serious? Once again, you start to reach up and climb, and you just fall onto your bum. As you fall, there's a hand places itself on your shoulder, and standing next to you is Justin. And he says, "If you help me pass the first half, I think I can climb the rest on my own."
No, I got it. Don't hurt yourself.
Well, I mean, it just looks like you're really not succeeding. I thought I could maybe help.
Okay, here, I'll give you a boost.
Oh, all right. So you're gonna, I'm gonna call this an act under pressure, but I'm gonna give you a +1 since he's essentially helping.
7.
7. Okay. You help him climb, but you look up and you notice the branch that this rope is hanging from looks like it's about to break. Here's your choices. You could either encourage Justin to go the rest of the way up there and get the cup, and the branch is going to break when he does, meaning he's just going to be holding on to this owl hole hanging there, or you can let him know and reassess the situation, find an alternate solution, but he's not going to get up there. You're doing the first option. Okay. He pulls himself up, and just as he reaches out and grabs one hand onto this owl hole, all of a sudden the branch snaps and the rope comes falling down, and he's left hanging there about 10, 15 feet up in the air. And he's like, oh gosh, oh, what do I do? What do I do?
Throw me the cup.
Throw you the cup, but then what about me?
I won't get there. Just throw me the cup. Free up my hand.
He reaches up and he just kind of like grabs as much as he can of the cup and just kind of knocks it down. It falls down towards you and you catch it.
Okay, perfect.
Now what? Oh, wait.
To the group, go, hey guys, I got the cup.
Help me. Oh gosh, help me. You're just leaving him?
Figure his way down.
Okay. Justin is just hanging from a tree right now.
He's fly down or something. I don't know. What am I supposed to do?
Just for those listening at home, this is a vaguely familiar situation where Cameron also left me personally, Skylar Gorsuch, hanging from a tree.
Stood under you and told you the multiple ways to save yourself from dropping, offering to catch you.
And he's not even going to offer this to an in-game character, just so you guys know.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay.
First I failed once, why try it again, you know?
All right, so back on the ground as Martin Fresh is making his way back down, you guys are standing there with Bigfoot having just plowed through Grieves. What are you guys doing as he turns towards, I'm going to say he probably turns towards Soapy Joe, the person currently standing?
Is there anything that around me that can catch fire? Well, I guess mine is the wooden tableware. Is there anything that can start a fire, I should ask?
Well, first of all, I would say do let's call it a read a bad situation. So that's with sharp.
8.
8. Okay, so you do get to hold one. Let's call that somewhere within the range of what's most vulnerable to me. As far as getting a fire started, so there's a lot of rope around here.
Oh, he's going to suggest to Soapy Joe, what if we lit one of these bolas on fire?
But with what?
You see Hazel standing there, and she overhears you say, but light it with what? And she goes, oh, I have a lighter. And she reaches into her backpack, and she pulls out one of those like grill lighters with the really long neck to it, and she tosses it over to you, and you catch it.
All right, so he's going to light the rope on fire and just kind of swing it around in front of this Bigfoot.
A bola or a chunk of rope?
Ebola. Now we've got a serious problem.
Okay, so you grab a bola off of your friend who's currently down. You light a chunk of it on fire. And you start swinging it at Bigfoot.
I rolled a 10.
A 10? Are we doing like a kick some ass here?
Yeah.
Okay, so normally when you get when you do kick some ass, there's a very high chance that you're going to deal damage potentially, and then it's going to deal damage back to you. With that being said, on a 10 plus, you get an additional effect to your attack that you're doing right now. You can gain advantage and take +1 forward, or give that +1 forward to another hunter. You can inflict terrible harm to the creature that you're fighting, or you can suffer less harm from them.
I will inflict terrible harm.
Oh, okay. So you're wanting to bonus this. You swing this bola, just holding one end with one hand and swinging the flaming version at this monstrosity. You hit him in the face, and you see it scald right around his eye, and it clutches at its eye and swings back at you. It deals 2 damage. I know, but it's clutching at its eyes, and it's moaning horribly. You see it in terror again from the pain and the horrors that the fire has already inflicted on him. Starts to back away into the forest. Martin Fresh, you arrive on the ground, and just as you're arriving on the ground, you hear a very swift, and you look behind you, and you see Justin is basically slid down the tree and very harshly bumped at the bottom. He's going to take harm, but he is not unconscious or bleeding profusely from his leg like Braden is. With that being said, you guys have an unconscious NPC, a leg injured NPC. Justin is probably fine. I think Hazel might be able to help him out for whatever it is, as much as he needs. Bigfoot is now backing away, possibly giving you an opening to escape. Yes, so if you remember looking in the journal, it talked about taking the cup to Sanctuary Rock and admitting to a grievous act that you've done in the past, sort of admitting to a sin. And
How many? How many people did we need for that?
it doesn't say.
All right, I'm going to go run.
Oh, and you obviously need the totem, which you guys have.
Yeah, I think I had both.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go, all right, guys, I'm heading off the Sanctuary Rock to admit my wrongdoings. And then I just go running off down to the dock where the boats are.
Okay, sounds good. Which actually is not far away. Everybody else, are you guys following behind? Are you guys
grievously? Is there any other kind of danger around?
Bigfoot's backing away at the moment, so you have the opportunity to escape. Okay, you head to the boat. Are you guys doing anything with the NPCs? No, you're leaving them behind. I'm going to say that as a group, they are able to...
They can
hobble themselves to the recovery tent, although they're going to be chased by Bigfoot. Are you giving them the flaming bola? Okay, you give them the flaming bola. Oh, okay, so you do a duplicate. Yeah, you spread it. They swing it behind them as they make their way towards the recovery cabin. You guys head down to the South Beach, where there's a whole bunch of docks, and there's a bunch of canoes set out next to these docks that you guys have prepared for the incoming campers. I'm guessing you guys all hop into one together. You grab the oars and you start rowing your way out to this small sort of second island that is just off of this one, where Sanctuary Rock, which is this massive rock that just kind of sits on one end of it.
How many boats are there?
Let's say 3.
I'm going to take 2 of the tent spikes and just jam holes in the bottom of these canoes so that no one else can follow us to this sinking boats.
Okay, so if they get tried, yeah, absolutely. All right, so you have just put holes in the other remaining canoe, kayaks, whatever it is that you guys set out there. You guys hop into your canoe and you paddle swiftly your way over to Sanctuary Rock.
Boy, I'm glad you took out that gator, or else I'd be terrified right now.
That's a good point. With that being said, you look out towards the lighthouse and you do not see the gator tied up anymore.
Okay, well now I'm terrified.
I want you guys to all do an act under pressure. We'll take kind of like a group. 9, okay? 8. Okay, so that's 2 mixed successes and a failure. You guys make it to Sanctuary Rock, and as you're like, the front end of this canoe hits the sand on this island, a huge, massive maw protrudes from the waters, slamming down, snapping the entire back end of the canoe, the section where like nobody's sitting.
Except it does get the back snip of my trousers, and it reveals my heart-shaped underwear.
Yes, that's right. Your boxers.
Oh no!
You leap out and rush towards the rock as you turn to see the giant Gatorsaurus following behind you guys, its maw gaping open with bits and pieces of wood from your canoe hanging out of it.
Ah, Sheila, you're back.
You guys rush to the rock. You climb up to a section of it, probably on top of it. It's big, but it's not like that big, right? You can get onto it. You climb up to the top of it, and you're watching as this giant monstrosity of an alligator is making its way closer and closer to you guys. As you watch, you look over to the other half. So the island kind of extends towards the west. In a section of land, you look over to the west and you see this black vapor materialize. And suddenly standing over there, you see Bigfoot and the Scrungus also appear and start coming towards you guys. The strange powers of this totem have definitely activated, and it's trying to stop you from whatever it is that you guys are doing. You guys have the totem. You have the silver cup. You have the knowledge of what it's going to take to use this ritual. What we're going to do is I'm going to have you guys Not immediately, but you guys will each be making a use magic check. And obviously you're looking for the most successes possible in order to do a piece of big magic. This is a ritual that will hopefully sever the connection of this totem to whatever evil entity seems to have given it power. In order to do this, you can, if you want to, try to use magic without admitting to some kind of sin from your past. But if you do admit to some sin from the past, you will get a +1 forward.
Did you say sin or secret?
Secret, sin.
Because most of mine aren't sins, just secrets.
It's supposed to be a sin, technically.
Oh.
Yeah. The totem and the cup both kind of glow a little bit. As you look down, you can see that the rock itself seems to almost emanate a glowing white aura.
Soapy Joe will admit to his wrongdoings.
Okay, what is that?
I staged the Bigfoot video. There, I got an 8.
Lance, your secret?
Yeah, and I got my friends killed for nothing.
What?
How'd they die if there was no Bigfoot? I don't know, I ran away.
So they might have not died, they might have just gone missing.
Maybe. I never went back to check.
So, okay. That's interesting.
All right, you've admitted a sin from your past, and you rolled your use magic, which is plus weird. Did you add weird?
Yeah.
Okay, and you got a total of 8, which is a mixed success. It worked imperfectly, but in this case, it's like a +1 as opposed to a +2 or whatever the case, to do the big magic that you need. You see the light from the totem start to soften, and the light from the cup starts to emanate even brighter. Anybody else?
Grieve Gershwin will admit to a sin of his past.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, cousin Gershwin. Back when we were growing up, you showed such promise into following in the footsteps of your great-grandpa, George Gershwin. You were going to be a prodigy at jazz, and then I saw that snake, and my curiosity was piqued. And unfortunately, I showed you the snake, and the snake bit your finger. And in doing so, it caused permanent swelling to your finger, so much so that you could no longer play the jazz trumpet, and your career was derailed, all because of my obsession with animals instead of jazz music.
Man, this is a real, the football kid, breaks his leg doing something stupid before the scouts see him, and he would have gotten a full ride to college, but then he tore his ACL or whatever, I don't know. All right, roll a use magic with a +1 for admitting your sin.
Well, that doesn't really seem like your sin, more like the snake, but you know.
But I showed him the snake.
But you didn't bite his finger.
It was a whole Adam and Eve type of thing. Oh, a 9.
A 9, okay. Again, you see the light, this sort of green, dark, or evil light start to minimize from the totem, and the bright white light from the silver cup begins to increase. We finally come to Marty Fresh.
Back 10 years ago, I was heading to a big conference, and I was stressing out about it, wasn't paying too much attention to my driving, and then I rear-ended another car, and in that moment, everything felt very rushed. I didn't want to get caught, and I had to go to my conference. And then all of a sudden, I hear the lady screaming in front of me. It was a bloodthirsty scream. Still haunts me to these days. I have nightmares every night. Anyways, I drove off, leaving her there. I don't know what happened to her, and well, it's been 10 years since then, and yeah. I'm sure she's fine, unlike those, Yep.
It's better not to even think about it.
Yep.
What a hit and run.
A hit and run. That's my secret.
All right. Roll your use magic.
5.
as you tell this horrible secret and you use this magic,
Oh, geez, do I have to tell another one?
it seems like the magic just did not seem to take. You see a hint of loss from the totem and a hint of brighter, but it just from the cup, but it just doesn't.
I'll
quite.
tell another one, man. Hey, that was a pretty bad one, but back in high school, my older brother had a girlfriend, and I was real jealous of the fact that he had a girlfriend, and I didn't. So I created an elaborate scheme to make it look like my brother was cheating on his girlfriend, and it worked wonderfully, a little too wonderfully, to the point where he gained a real bad reputation, and no one wanted to go on a date with him again, and he's still single to this day.
Maybe not as severe, but it does harken further back in your life. So maybe this was an original sin per se, or an earlier sin, and that'll take more. 8. Okay. So you see, as you guys are staring out, the Gatorsaurus crawling up the rock, Bigfoot crawling up behind it, the Scrungus standing back on its rear legs with its mouth gaping open, its horrible teeth and slime just protruding from its mouth. And you speak this final dark secret from your life, and you see the glow, the light of the cup emanates so brightly that it causes the glow from the totem to go so dim and non-existent, it's practically extinguished. And just as it dissipates, this stick becoming just that, just a carved stick, you see all 3 of the monsters before you fizzle into darkness and float away as if they were never there.
That's right, Sheila. You go enjoy the great Amazon.
Bye, Scrungus.
You guys somehow get your way back. Actually, to be honest with you, it's not very deep water. It's fairly shallow. But with that being said, you guys either swim or maybe wade your way back over to the mainland. You meet up with the others. I think you all probably barricade yourselves in one of the cabins and get some amount of sleep before the next day when Willie, the owner of the park, pulls up in his car, in his big van that you guys came here on. Oh, well, guys, it's good to see you all. Did you get everything ready for the park? I've looked around. Everything looks pretty spick and span for the most part.
Yeah, sure did.
I think Onyx, who's after getting some rest, wakes up, has woken up by this point. And the others who are pretty severely injured, Brayden, who has this huge amount of wrapping on his leg, they all kind of look at you guys with surprise when you guys say, like, this is just all good or whatever, and they just go with it. They figure, we want to get out of here just as bad as anybody else. So you all climb into the van, and you start to head out, and as the van drives its way back towards the bridge, you guys pass what is the entrance of the park, and you notice a detail that you didn't notice before. It says, Roanoke Summer Camp, owned by Willie Hancock. And that's where we'll end this.
August 18th, Anno Domini 1590. Hopewell anchored off the coast of Roanoke. 3 long years. 3 years I have been delayed, my heart heavy with worry for the souls I left upon the shore. Now, finally returned with the long-promised supplies, I find nothing. The settlement stands, or what remains of it. The dwellings appear to have been occupied, even improved upon. Palisade fences stand taller, stronger than when I departed. There are signs of continued industry, of a community striving to survive, and yet the silence is deafening. No welcoming cries, no familiar faces rushing to greet us, only the whisper of the wind through the empty streets. We have searched every dwelling, every corner of this small island. Not a soul remains. My daughter, Eleanor, my granddaughter, all gone, vanished as if swallowed by the very earth. There is no sign of struggle, no indication of a hasty departure. Their belongings are scattered, their homes left as if they were intended to return. One clue, and one clue only, offers a sliver of a path to follow. Carved into the main palisade post, the word Croatoan, and upon a nearby tree, the letters C-R-O. Croatoan, the name of the island to the south, and the tribe that dwells there. Could they have moved, sought refuge or alliance? It is the only explanation that offers a glimmer of hope amidst this crushing despair. My heart is leaden weight within my chest. Where are they? Are they safe? The silence of this island screams 1,000 unanswered questions. Tomorrow we will sail south towards the Croatoan. Pray God we find them there. Pray God they are well. John White, Governor.
Hey everyone, Skylar here, creator and creative director at Session Zero Heroes. I just wanted to quickly say a few things before we head into the next episode. Firstly, thank you so much for listening to our 2025 Monster of the Week one-shot. We love creating these, and honestly, Monster of the Week is what inspired us to create TTRPG content to begin with, so it holds a special place in our hearts. We'll be posting a brand new episode of Terror at Camp Roanoke every week throughout October 2025, with the final episode landing nicely the day before Halloween on October 30th. We hope you enjoy the mystery we put together. I personally had a ton of fun creating it and working with the incredible vocal and musical talent that brought the intros and outros to life. If you want to find out more about them, follow their talent on socials, or even reach out to them with your own project, just check out the episode description and you'll find their names, handles, and links there. They all did a phenomenal job, so a huge shout out to each and every one of them. Speaking of links, if you want to follow more of what we're doing at Session Zero Heroes, be sure to check out our website or scroll through our other TTRPG actual play series and one-shots that we've done. From Avatar Legends and Dungeons & Dragons all the way to Kids on Bikes and All Flesh Must Be Eaten, we try to create and play through unique and entertaining stories using a variety of systems along the way. There's plenty to listen to and plenty more on the way. To ensure that you don't miss out on our future productions, be sure to drop a follow or subscribe on whatever podcast streaming platform you're using. The same goes with socials. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, Blue Sky, Discord, and Mastodon, so be sure to drop a follow on whichever of those you frequent. With that, we hope you enjoyed this mystery and it successfully gave you those spooky vibes that made your Halloween season extra special. Be sure to check back in the following month for Return to Criminals of Isla Numis and future series following that. We'll see you guys next time.